Have you heard the shofar sound this past year, last year, for the past 2 years? Let me explain to you what I'm referring to. But before this, we should all say a huge big thank you to God. This is the last day of the year for all the miracles that He performed this year, during the entire year. And while we express, together with the miracles, our prayers, we'll do the final miracle. Mashiach now would be just appropriate. So mizmor l'soy derila adonai kol harativ des adonai b'simcha. Boy lefanot benon aduk adonai elim hu asane v'lo anach lama v'tzay marisay. Boy yishor b'soy lechatzrei v'si lehoyd alebach shemay kitoy v'adonai le'olam chazdoy v'yadoy v'odoy emun asoy. And let us give some tzedakah, which this is the most powerful tool that we have. The first time we come across the shofar sound is when the Jewish people stood on Mount Sinai at the revelation of Sinai with the Ten Commandments. And there the Pasuk says the following, Vayi bayom hashlishi, on the third day, in the morning, Vayi koiloi suvrakim, there was thunder and lightning, Va'onon covered alahor, and a heavy cloud on the mountain, V'kol shofar chazak mo'it, an extremely loud blast of a ram's horn, Vayechat kol am asher b'machaneh, and all the people in the camp trembled. Then later on, and then it says, God gave us the Ten Commandments, and then it repeats himself somehow. And the entire nation saw, witnessed the sounds, the voices, Vesalapidim, and the flames, Veskoila Shofar, and the blast of the ram's horn, Veshahar Oshen, and the mountain was smoking. Vayar the people saw it, Vayanu, Vayamdu Merachik, and they shuddered and they distanced themselves. The first experience when we heard the sound of the shofar. Now I'm sure you realize that it's not as if God stood there with a ram's horn and he blew that shofar. There was that powerful sound, that powerful wake-up call, that powerful revelation of godliness, that they heard it and they saw it. Seeing is clarity. Seeing means that we have completely internalized it. We heard it and we saw it. We became part of it. What we have been experiencing these last 2 years, since that terrible day of last year, Simchas Torah of October 7. But as of October 8, we constantly hear and see those rams, those blasts, the sound of the shofar. It also says that Mashiach will appear with the sound of the shofar. The beginning of the Jewish people started with the sound of the shofar, and the end of the process of the journey of the Jewish people to come to the ultimate mountain, the mountain of the Beis Hamikdash. We started at the mountain of Sinai in the desert, but we're waiting to come on the mountain in Yerushalayim, populated, not a desert, because we have transformed the world. The desert of the world has been transformed into a world of accepting the sound of God. So we've been hearing those 2 years. Every missile that was intercepted, and you heard the boom, even those who do not live in Israel, we all heard it. Each one of them was another call of the shofar. Some were more powerful, some were a little less powerful. We certainly heard the sound of the destruction of the Iranian threat. We heard the sound of those beepers blowing up. We heard the sound of all those tunnels that are being destroyed. For us to realize, these are the sound of the shofar, that God is announcing his arrival, that God is announcing the arrival of Mashiach. Now these are painful 2 years, difficult 2 years. But as the Talmud compares the coming of Mashiach to birthing pangs, they are painful. And there are sounds. There's krächzenischen, there's sighing. But it's also the pleasure that we know the result of all this is going to be the birth, new life. So when we are standing now, Erev Rosh Hashanah, let's reflect on these sounds. And let's focus when tomorrow, God willing, we'll hear it in the Beis HaMikdash. But if Chas v'Shalom not, we're going to hear the shofar blowing wherever you are. Focus on the main concept of these blasts. These are the blast off to Mashiach. And on that note, we wish each other a Shana Tova Metuka, a blessed, a redeemed, a Mashiach perfected world.